One of the best ways to learn about obstructive sleep apnea is to hear from people who have firsthand experience with sleep disorders. I'd like to thank all of you for coming and sharing your experiences with OSA and PAP therapy. We'd like to welcome Lanita and Dave Myers, Raul Guevara, Dr. Matthew Abraham, Peggy Jennings, and Dee Stanley. What impact has PAP therapy had on your life?
It's the best thing that could have happened. It's the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm healthier, I feel better when I wake up in the morning. You know, it's great. It's a feeling I haven't had in a long time. And I don't wake up tired, I don't wake up cranky, and you know, I'm ready to do whatever I need to do for the day.
It makes you a better father because you want to play with your kids. You've heard the stories about leave me alone, I just want to sleep, or go get a toy, I'll play with you later. And when you're not just wanting for sleep all the time, makes you a better father, makes you a better husband, makes you a better employee on the job, and then all of a sudden it's a good cycle that perpetuates itself. And then you realize, I think, that this is what normal life is supposed to be like, and what you'd been missing out all of that time.
I was one of those that was dragging, kicking, and screaming, and convinced that I was fine. And now I just swear by it. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the way I feel and how we get along now, so it's great.
So Lanita, as a spouse though, how did that affect you?
And it changes him and us as a unit, that he has the ability now to actually have extra time to spend with us and doing activities, and he's much more active than he ever was prior to being on his sleep apnea machine.
What advice about mask comfort would you give to a person who's just starting CPAP therapy? Oh. Look at the faces.
It improves over time. I mean, what I tell my patients that it takes commitment, persistence, and consistency. They have to do it every day, because the more you do it, the more you tolerate if you're having difficulty. And in my case, it took some time. So you have to be repetitive.
For the person that has it, think of the outcome, think of the result. All right, don't think of the nuisance, the minor irritations, the problems. Think about what disease could you be fortunate enough to be diagnosed with that all I have to do is at night put a mask on my face. Okay, it's not something I got to take significant medication. It's not something that I have to worry about dying from if I wear my therapy. This can not only make your life come back, it can prevent you from having a difficult life down the road. So the issue is focus on results. I mean, don't sit there and let, oh, my mask, or I got a red mark, or my nose is dry, or you know, I'm afraid to wear that in front of my girlfriend or my spouse. Those are all excuses. Think of what it's going to do for the rest of your life.
The mask is like a new pair of shoes. And like a new pair of shoes, once you break them in, you don't even know they're there when you put them on. Same thing with the mask. I don't feel it.
He says a pair of shoes. Well, how long do you get out of a pair of shoes? You know, they don't last forever. But if you have a mask that works great, and then you're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months down the road, and it's not working quite as great, and you're adjusting the headgear and stuff, chances are it's time for a new mask.
Sometimes new users have a tendency of pulling the mask straps too tightly. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like when you it's like when you're a little girl and your ponytails are too tight. You know, it's
The imprint on the mask was on my face all day.
So that's something you don't want to do, right?
But you adjust it quickly.
Tighter is not better. Let's put it that way. Tighter is not better.
And you'll know pretty quickly, and you'll adjust appropriately.
And how do you, when you say you'll know, what do you mean? Like
You'll find some discomfort, and you'll just relax the tension a little bit, and then the air will still be sealed, and there won't be a leak. So you'll figure out what pressure what tightness you need around that.
how tight you got them shoes laced.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you.
What advice would you give to new patients to help them develop good regular therapy habits?
I've never felt so great. I've never felt so great. And I just would like to say to anybody who's listening or who might see this video, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to feel better. You owe it to yourself to find out what's going on with your body and to do something about it.
I believe it's something that you really want to do. You want to try. And what I usually tell my patients is you have to give it at least 2 months if there's complications, because some people do take time, but you want to try this and to do this for your own health, and it does, and for your quality of life. Quality of life matters, and this can impact it.
It's just life-changing. I mean, it is going to change your life only in a positive way. It's going to change your relationships, including your spouse, including your family, including your children, including your job, as Dina said. I mean, it is truly all-encompassing.